Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you all are doing well this morning. There's lots of room in the pillow and blanket fort for those of you who are still sleepy, whether you're sleepy at home or unfortunately having to be sleepy at work. Hopefully if you are a Monday to Friday worker, you had a good chance over the weekend to rest and recover. Unless you have children, in which case that's not possible for about the next 30 or 40 years. So sorry. I made my choices. I regret nothing. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough right in your ear. Hi, if you can hear the sound of my voice, you're watching Grandma Plays a Game. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games. And we've been going back through the Hitman unfinished business. There are murders I have yet to commit. And as I was looking through this morning, I realized I haven't really done anything in Dartmoor Garden Show. I don't know why. I've probably tried it and then gave up on it. Hopefully we won't have to deal with the stream crashing today. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. It's when I'm trying to alt tab back and forth between the game, which is always online, and OBS. And I don't know if it has to do with the fact that the game is always online, if it has to do with the fact that it has to be launched through an IO launcher with Steam open. I don't know what is going on with it. It does not happen every Hitman stream, but it has happened for 90% of our Hitman streams. And it's really frustrating because it freezes the whole computer. It isn't just that the game crashes. It's that the whole computer freezes. And I have to restart everything. And that just is a level of frustration I don't like having to bring to the stream. So hopefully we can avoid it today. Sometimes I think it might have to do with the fact that I get impatient and don't wait for the game to get fully into the loading screen at once. I don't know. There are no... OBS is not generating a crash report, so I don't think it's OBS. We don't know. So welcome in, welcome in. This is Grandma Plays a Game. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games and hopefully a place where you can stop by whenever I'm live, hang out in the pillow and blanket fort, snuggle up in a nice soft blanket, exclamation point lurk, exclamation point fort. There's also an exclamation point unlurk. A lot of people come in and get their chores done, do dishes, get laundry taken care of, do work for the next days of work. Whatever it is you got to get done, hang out here. We're not going to be screaming. I do rant on occasion, but it's usually more about the philosophical underpinnings of things. And I was a history teacher for way too long to not speak up about, as they say, history doesn't always repeat itself. Lots of times it just rhymes. So it's frustrating to be a human who has worked very hard to try to be smart and discerning and watch what's going on in the public spaces right now. But we don't need to bring that here. This is your oasis. This space is your respite to take a break, because as a veteran, I can also say that even in some of the most heated military stuff people can get into, and not that I was ever involved except, a year and a half in South Korea in the in the late 90s, or in the mid 90s, was a whole vibe. We did have a Black Hawk go down, and that was some in the DMZ, and that was some heady days. But you know, you watch a show like Band of Brothers, which is based on actual events as recalled by the people who lived those events. Even the Battle of Bastogne. Every so often they would just send people to the back, get a hot meal, get clean socks, sleep for 14 hours. All right, now go back. And even in the military, while the military does own you 24/7, at least in the Air Force when I was in, you cannot be forced to be on duty for more than 72 hours straight. After 72 hours on duty, which can happen, you are required to be given a 12-hour break, and that's not just like an optional thing. After 72 hours on duty, it's because it's called a hygiene break. It is understood that if you are 72 hours on duty, you're not taking breaks to grab a shower and get, you know, your foxhole is your workplace or whatever duty station you have that requires you to serve in that extreme capacity. So this is your place. This is the behind the front lines area where you can just take a break from staring at the dumpster fire. It's going to burn through your retinas at some point. So just take a break. Join me. We're going to go murder some people. It's Cozy Murder Monday. And yeah, let's go enjoy a nice garden show. What do you say? And then later today, I'm going to go over and play some more Blood on the Clock Tower online. Oh my gosh, what a brilliant game. Oh my goodness, my sweet babies, if you are not familiar with Blood on the Clock Tower, get your happy little butts over there. You're going to have black screen for a minute while the game boots up. Takes a minute. It is a fascinating game, especially when you grow up in a culture that says you may never lie. Lying is the worst thing you can do. And this is a social deduction game. It's a lying game about lying. But there's etiquette to how you do this. And the community, dominantly 97%, just incredibly cool, chill people who want to play. And it should be a fairly quick game of attrition. The gameplay loop needs to go a lot like CSGO or a small 6-on-6 dodgeball game. The thing about the dodgeball analogy is it doesn't really... It almost works. You have to imagine the dodgeball being everybody's wearing the same color tees. I have a bird on my roof. There must be some puddled water or something up there. When you live in an RV, it's a whole thing. Every sound outside, because it's an aluminum can, effectively. But it's just so funny sometimes when a whole flock of these little pine siskins departs their tree and they all land on top of the RV. It's a little bit Alfred Hitchcock. So I was looking around today at places where I do not have my assassinations, and I looked at the Dartmoor Garden Show and went, wait a minute, I have 0, 0? Because if you look at all of these others, right, we're 14 of 16, 15, 15, 14 of 15, 17, 18. I might like Mendoza just a little bit. I do have feats left. I don't have challenges listed out separately here, which is kind of sad. Night call. We're doing pretty well. Some of the stuff that has to be done there involves the DLC, the Halloween release on the DLC. Silver Tongue is where we've been. Oh my goodness. Ajit dies so many ways. So many ways. Poor Ajit. It does hurt me just a little bit to blow up his car. It's a cute little sports car. I mean, very few things can tempt me. Although I was a Hot Wheels girl. I would collect my little horses, my little Breyer horses, and my little Hot Wheels. If it had horsepower, I was into it. Embrace of the Serpent, you can go buy a nice toy and some lube and fuck yourself. Okay. That's that first. Oh, good. We're 15 minutes in, so it probably won't get canceled. I don't know. I was listening back to a part 2 where I came back after the game crashed. I'm like, oh, that was spicy language, Grandma. YouTube is absolutely not going to show that to anybody. Not that YouTube cares. If I came here to get to Twitch or to YouTube to try to be some sort of business success, I have chosen poorly. I need to go sit down and rethink my choices. Okay, Shadows in the Water. Oh, God, I love you, Ambrose. I do need to get back in there and do some of the classics. We're not allowed to go to Whittleton Creek because we have to turn off all the ambient sound. The music at the barbecue is not in the music slider. It's in the ambient environmental sound. So, we have to turn off pretty much everything. I could put music on in the background, but that's just one more button I need to deal with. I do this because I love to play. And having a stream set up and a nice, delightful community to join me gives me a reason to show up every day, and that's important. All right, I have a few more assassination things to get. We need to get that bridal dance one down. Okay. Hang on, I need to blow my nose real quick. I can hear myself already sniffing constantly. One moment, please.